Hello, beautiful souls. Healing Grasshopper here to do a reading for you. I have pulled some tea leaves and meditated a bit on them. And yeah, this is somewhat of a complex one. We've got sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Then we have cobweb protected from negative forces beyond your control, teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex, vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Okay, so I feel like I know what this is, but I want to see what tarot says. Both of them? Like this? Okay. Reversed? No. Hmm. Okay, one more and let's start here. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, here's the issue. There's a friend, this is a relatively new friendship for most of you. Doesn't need to be, though. You know what? Scratch that. Listen, this is just a friendship. And you know what, too? It could be friendship, someone that you've known for a while, but the friendship is kind of progressing. At any rate, this is a friend um, that is kind of prominent in your life right now that is good intentions, but it's somehow there's toxicity there, or it doesn't necessarily need to be toxicity. It can just be like you're realizing that you're not on the same page with things. Like there's personality kind of clashes or vibrational differences. Um, and it's making you feel uncomfortable, and to a noticeable degree, like, wait a minute, a friendship shouldn't be this difficult kind of feeling. Um, and Spirit is saying, you should really listen to your intuition and take charge of what you want in the relationship and don't let this teapot person lead where the relationship goes, especially because it's making you feel uncomfortable. I mean, the vulture is saying depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. This is sounds stronger than what I feel it is in this situation. You know, I don't feel like there's real depression and anxiety, but at least there's some kind of a barb in your butt. Like, yeah, it's chapping my butt a little. Eh, you know, this is making me uncomfortable. I don't like this. And I don't feel like, and that someone is against you, not necessarily against you, but not feeling on the same page, right? And this is coming at a time where, and I've been talking about this a lot, where we are, oh, the devil, where we are working towards something new. We are feeling ourselves moving through a paradigm. And here we are with this kind of barb in our side, like, I don't need this now. I'm working towards something positive. Both of these cards? Yes. Reversed? No. Is this our, yes, focus card here? Right? And what did I just say? This is about you working on something towards something new, right? But on either side of you here, you have the devil. You have something that is non productive, let's say, in your life that's causing you some kind of discomfort that you feel that you can't get away from. And here it is here somewhat depicted in a slightly different way, but in the same kind of sentiment, like you feel like you're trapped, like there's no way out. And why? Because this is supposed to be a friendly relationship. This is not, and by any means, not an enemy. We're not going to go that far as to call them an enemy or even call them a frenemy. Because frenemies are different. These are people who are smiling in your face and then behind your back they're wishing you harm. That's not what this teapot is. This teapot isn't necessarily wishing you harm, but is not necessarily in lockstep with you. It happens, right? And I have to say, this is not often where um, readings will hit close to home, but I kind of feel like it does for me. So we've got the Nine of Swords reversed. It is reversed. Okay. Yeah. So we've got a feeling like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do about this? I am trapped. There's no way out. It's causing me anxiety, right? Here it is in the vulture here. Both of these, like this, reversed. No. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So we've got you here really in tuned with how you're feeling and where you want to go with this. Despite the fact, and I know that I sound like I'm contradicting myself, like, but you said you didn't feel like there was any way out. Yes, but what I'm talking about is the way you feel about the situation. That you feel like there is a divide here, right? You working on your goal, and this is spirit saying, keep working, you're going to get there. This teapot is really not going to make a difference, especially because, right. And then my eyes went to the vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, right? It's not that you feel that they're against you, but it feels like you feel like they're getting in the way of your goals, right? Like they may be calling you often or wanting your attention more often than you feel you can give, that kind of thing. But Spirit is saying, by all means, set boundaries, but this is benign. I need two more cards, Spirit, please. All of these? No. Top card. None of the others. No. Ace of Wands. Happy to see it. This is, oh no, but this goes here. I would have liked to have seen this in the outcome, but that no matter. It works well here too. Let's have the outcome card though. Ace of Wands. Are these our cards? Both of them? Okay. So Ace of Wands, right. Yeah. So Ace of Wands talks about um your in the end. Like all of this that you're feeling is ultra temporary. And you will be back on track in no time, like, right, okay, focus, everything's fine. You set your boundaries with this person. And this over here is like, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to have to set boundaries, but how do I do it without hurting their feelings? I don't want to hurt their feelings because there is no ill will that you carry against this person, but there is just a worry that, they're encroaching on your energy type thing, right? So, but when you finally have this talk with this person, it's going to be like, okay, that's fine. It worked out fine. You just have to make sure to be consistent on keeping that boundary. Don't let them, kind of whittle away at the boundary that you have established once you establish it, right? But anyway, Ace of Wands says in the end you will know what to do because you will follow your intuition successfully. So then over here we have kind of this really talks about an exasperation with the relationship that you in question, right? Like the more that you stay without the boundaries set, the more disillusioned you feel with the relationship, right? That as soon as you do set this boundary, which is what King of Cups is here for, because King of Cups is very much um, in tune and in control of his emotions, right? He is one that easily sets a boundary because he knows what's right for his own energy. And he does not let things like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do about this? King of Cups doesn't have any of these reservations. King of Cups is like, right, there's a discrepancy with or a misalignment of energies. I'm going to need to set boundaries to protect my energy. I'm just going to do it. Boop, it's done. You know, King of Cups has no reservations or that kind of thing. So it's like as soon as you take on that role, this disillusionment with the relationship with the teapot is going to dissolve, right? It doesn't mean that you have to dump this relationship with the teapot. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. There just needs to be boundaries, right? Like the word boundary is like echoed in my head right now. That's all. And why? Because you've got things to do. The truth is that you really don't have time for these kind of teapot relationships right now. You know, you do not have time to be sitting in the kitchen sipping tea. You got things to focus on. So, and there's nothing wrong with telling the teapot this. Like, listen, yeah, don't have time for tea and crumpets. Sorry. And you cannot be worried about how they'll feel about it. Because in the end, I think you're going to be very surprised. I think that this teapot person is going to respect that boundary and they're going to be like, okay, I see, that's fine. We're still friends there, though. Yeah? Okay. Love you, love you. Kiss, kiss, bye. I gotta go. Doesn't need to be like, fuck off. I'm working. I've got goals. Step off. I don't know. I don't want you in my life. Doesn't need to be like that. Okay? Do we need tarot clarification? No. Advice? No. Okay, I think that's the reading, guys. Short and sweet. Okay, so it's just not as bad as it seems. It's fine. Um, there's one thing that I would like to emphasize here, and that is the Nine of Pentacles here. Because I think we need to address this vulture card and your worries, because the worries that you have are really not stemming from the teapot. They're stemming from your own like impatience, like you and your own focus on your goals, and then if there wasn't something you were focusing intently on, we wouldn't be having this reading right now. There would not be this irritation. It's just that you're so focused that, ain't nobody got time for anything, you know? So I say all that to say is that you have nothing to worry about. Keep going. You are doing well. You are going to make it. So, and nothing is going to get in the way of that if you don't let it. And you're not. Okay? You're on your way. Congratulations. Okay? I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. I answer every single one. So, um, also don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. And it's been slow going since I hit like 920. It's so every single subscribe is very much appreciated, and I thank you in advance. Okay? I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.